Here's something surprising and counterintuitive about the world of top-performing experts. When we think of experts, our minds typically go to people who have high levels of knowledge, high levels of academic qualification in an industry. And yet, strangely enough, the top performers, the pinnacle players in every industry, are not necessarily the most technically or academically qualified. There's something else going on there. This is not something that's taught in business schools. It's not something that's discussed in families. You will rarely hear it as career advice, and yet I think it is key to becoming a top expert. I believe that experts exist at the intersection of three qualities. And unless you have all three working together, you disqualify yourself as an expert. You might be a specialist, but you won't be a top iconic name. So the first one is the one that we think of intuitively. It's the knowledge, and that's a broad catch-all term. Knowledge means the know-how, the skill, the insight. You've got to know enough that you can be called an expert. It's necessary, but not sufficient. The first one is knowledge. The second one that most people miss is personality. This is what separates out the Bransons of business, the Clarksons of cars, the Nigella Lawsons of food, and the Arnold Schwarzeneggers of bodybuilding. Arnold won the Mr. Olympia contest, which is the highest honor in bodybuilding, 7 times. Folks, there are 2 men who have each won that contest 8 times. And yet when we think bodybuilding, we think Schwarzenegger. Knowledge, personality, publicity. You've got to know your stuff. You've got to be a compelling identity, a figure that others aspire to be like, and you've got to show it to the world. Put those 3 together and you qualify yourself as an expert in your industry. So the way that I like to talk about it is this. If you have all the knowledge but no personality, you are a specialist. If you have all the personality but no knowledge, you are a Kardashian. Knowledge, personality, publicity. Those are the 3 requisites for becoming an industry expert.